J Drone here. This is going to be what I consider a fully charged battery test. I took the battery out, I stuck it on the charger, and it charged really quickly, as the thing said. But if you hold this button here, that'll start your video, and you'll see red countdown right there. That's how you know it's recording. And if you press that, that'll unlock the motors and get them started. And then if you press this button here, that'll go between your low and high settings. But yeah, so the battery I stuck on my charger, and my charger usually turns red if the battery's dead and green when it's fully charged. It was like a yellowish green, and it turned green fairly quickly. So I'm assuming this is a fully charged battery. It wasn't on the charger long. We are going to take this for a full fly here. I'm gonna show you the range that this has, and just trying to show you there the video on the transmitter, the FPV screen. I'm going to show you the range it has. I'm going to show you the speed it has. I'm going to show you the altitude it can climb to. Again, this was a very poor day to record. I do have footage, and I'll probably get the footage up at some time. But I really wanted to show you the flyability of this. It's all cloudy. The sun has set already. I worked all day, but I had to. Dude, this thing came from Hong Kong. 3-day shipping over. You can imagine what I paid for that. And get off work, and bam, had to fly. Dude, I don't care if I would have did a night flight. We would have did a night flight with this. I had to fly. I had 2 batteries. I did a RTF flight that got about 7 minutes, so I'm hoping this gets a little bit longer. The batteries are smaller than the MJX BUGS 3. The BUGS 3 is playing with a 7.4 volt 800 mAh 25C LiPo battery, and this one's playing with a 7.4 volt 1300 mAh, also 25C LiPo battery. So it's considerably smaller in milliamps an hour, but that's to be expected. This is to be a balls to the wall racer. You really guys aren't gonna fly it this high. It's really meant to kind of be on a course on the ground, buzzing around and whatnot, and being speed racer. But this is just how I fly. This is a brushless drone. It is a quote-unquote entry-level racing drone, and this is just how I fly, and I'm going to show you how I fly, and this well this flies the way I fly. There's a really good look at it. Those LEDs are extremely bright, and just as well as the red LEDs are extremely bright. So when I take this out in range, I'm still able to orientate fairly well, and if I slightly lose orientation, all I gotta do is point those white lights towards me. As you can see, it's out there. This thing gets epic range. The BUGS 3 I kind of tiptoed with just a little bit. Not that I didn't trust it, but I wanted to get a feel for this. This, for some reason, I don't know. I trust it. I have faith in it. I'm pushing this to the limits here. I mean, I'm taking this sky high, altitude high, to the point where I'm basically gonna almost lose visual confirmation of it and then have to bring it down. This is a dope drone. The video transmission to the receiver to the screen on top of the controller, when it gets pretty far away, I'm still able to see it, but it is getting fuzzy and getting a little bit glitchy. So the screen itself might not be the best one. There is an antenna on it receiving what the drone's camera is sending out, unlike a lot of other 5.8 gigahertz drones that I have had. We do have the Alcenma scannable receiver that has antenna on the top, one that I've also modded, so maybe we'll try that out and see if we can get a solid non-fuzzy image through and through. It's not that the image is cutting out, it's just getting a little bit fuzzy. Basically what you see with FPV racers, where they're doing FPV flight through their goggles and you kind of see it fuzzing in, fuzzing out, that's basically what I'm seeing. So maybe that's to be expected, but I'd like a little bit crisper. I'm gonna tell it how it is, guy. Bam, kind of zooming past here. So if there's any flaws to this, I'm gonna let you know. And right now, that's about the only one that I see. Bam, yes sir. Pitch rate. Let's talk about pitch rate with this. In the second speed rate, your second advanced level rating, the pitch rate that you can get is a dive bomb pitch rate where the back end, front end's tilted down. Your back end is basically facing like 80 degrees. 90 degrees would be like a full stand up, like a full handstand. 80 degrees is just right before that, and this has nose pitch out the wazoo. Speed, it's got speed. I don't know how fast it's going because I don't got nothing to measure it, but I'm happy with the speed it has. Flyability, it's smooth. It's smooth as butter. And here, look at the screen. See the little jumpies? It's just jumping. I also didn't really read the instructions. The antenna that is underneath this drone, thinking now, it'd probably be better to be on one of the landing gear and not actually on the body. Maybe that'd work a little bit better. I've seen that on other drones. I think the Phantom actually, the antenna's on one of the landing gears, so that might be better placement for this, and maybe you'd get less glitchy. Would definitely try that out too. But look on this, super cool. It still holds the Bugs 3 look to a point, but then it has a little bit more smoother, a little more aggressive styling to it, which is I definitely like. Look at the range, guys. I'm out there. I'm basically doing a big circle, just eating up territory, eating up range. You will lose real estate on this quickly. If you haul with it, if you go speeding with it, you will lose real estate quickly. And what I mean by that is your eyesight is right there. It's a dot. You keep going further, this does not have RTH. This does not have return to home. It is not going to come back to you. You need to be able to figure out your orientation and get this back to you. This does not have altitude hold. This is a drone that you need to learn how to fly, or a drone that you can learn how to fly with. This has none of your features. The only features this has is a low voltage alarm on the drone and a low voltage alarm on the controller. When the voltage gets low, the drone itself blinks the red lights in the back and also beeps. Your controller does the same thing, and I was trying to show you the feed on it again. Just a little, you get little lines in it, but it never breaks apart. Like, it never goes black and white fuzzy like your cable ran out or something. So again, that might be typical with 5.8. I don't know. But again, this thing's really meant to be towards the ground. It's really meant to be racing around, zooming around and whatnot. And I'm just showing you it can fly. Buzzing past my face like that, I'm showing you the speed. This thing is mean. It is getting less flight times than the Bugs 3. And I've gone over why. And did you see that pitch when I dropped the nose? You can't drop it, otherwise you're going to do a nosedive, but I tried to show you there. Again, the MAH versus the Bugs 3 is considerably lower. And this thing, I believe it has better motors than the Bugs 3, and it's flying, I don't know, Bugs 3 flies pretty aggressively, but you also have 4 large LED lights. As you can see, the LED lights blinking, the drone's blinking, my controller's blinking. What we're going to do here is we're going to let this run out. I want to see what happens. I want to see if this is just going to drop out of the sky, or if it's going to auto land. It's going to limit me and just auto land if I have full throttle up. So we're kind of just going to chill here. That way you guys know. That way if you're way high in altitude, you don't got to worry if it's going to crash or if it's going to auto land. If it's going to crash, you're going to have to worry and bring this down quick. Kind of nose down dive towards yourself. But if this is going to auto land, then you have some clearance. It'll probably shut down the motors and lightly come back down to earth, which is what I'm hoping it's going to do. But I'm also really close to the ground, so if it doesn't do that and it falls, I'm really not damaging anything. But again, look at the bright LED lights front and back. It's you're using a lot more energy than the other Bugs is. I mean, the other Bugs has LED lights on the arm and 1 on the nose, but I think the LED lights on this are considerably brighter and probably probably drawing more energy. We're getting close here. We got to be getting close. We're past the 9-minute mark on this, which I'm happy with, and it did auto land. I'm full throttle up and it's auto land. It's shutting down the motors. So that's a good thing. I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do. There will be more with the Bugs 8. Take care.